So, and then, of course, that the appeal probably will not go well because, as you know, the 5 Supreme Court judges in New York all happen to be black females.
I don't know if you know this, but, when they appeal this thing, it gets appealed to the Supreme Court of New York, obviously not to the Supreme Court of the United States. The Supreme Court of New York has 5 black female judges. The appeal to go to the Supreme Court of New York, because this is a New York trial, we showed you video about a month ago. It's 5 black women because of diversity.
Which in and of itself, your skin color and your gender shouldn't mean anything, but it's basically statistically impossible to have 5 black female Supreme Court justices.
Now, I don't judge anyone based on the color of their skin or on their gender. However, it is virtually, someone ran the numbers on this and one of my guys can correct me, it's virtually impossible statistically to have a court makeup of 5 black women.
Now, oddly, the diversity they care about is always about skin color. Somehow the left's diversity ends up with 5 black women being in charge of the Supreme Court of New York.
So you might think that this has a little something to do with DEI, which thus you could probably garner a bunch into some of their political beliefs.
You know what I mean? So DEI and diversity did get these women, at least some of them, the job. So then you have to think, do they all kind of think the same thing? And do they think judicially the same thing? And do they all kind of think the same thing about Trump? And what a horrible thing to have to think about, that just because of someone's skin color.
So do you think, now I don't know all of their judicial beliefs, these 5 women, but do you think that they probably think similar things and they probably don't like Donald Trump and that's probably how they got the job in the first place? Like, do you think, is that a crazy conspiracy theory?
And the other problem is, I know you know this, that on the appeal side, there are 5 black female Supreme Court justices in New York. They wanted diversity and they actually got the least diverse thing. Now, I know, of course, that your skin color and gender—
The Supreme Court is the lowest court in New York. Court of Appeals is the highest court.
Wait, so the Supreme—
There's not 5 female—
Oh, so it's not going to the New York Supreme—
No,
nice
I know New York is a wacky—
Oh, okay.
New York has a weird name for its courts. Supreme Court is the lowest court, is the trial court.
So that's not the appeals court.
No.
Oh, well, that's refreshing.
It'll go up to the appellate division, first
I like
department.
being corrected on air, by the way. That's actually very refreshing.
It's good news.
Yeah.
And then it'll go up to the Court of Appeals.
So it goes to them first.
First, it'll go to the appellate division, first department,
right,
which is the area that he was tried in, like Manhattan. And then it'll go up to the Court of Appeals, which is our highest court.
Right.
I know. I don't know why they call the Court of Appeals the highest court.
Interesting. All right. Well, at least I had a
But anyway, I mean,
had
look,
a legit error. Okay.
It's 5 black women.
David, that sounds ridiculous.